You're earning more money than ever before. You have the quote-unquote good job. So why? Why do you feel so completely stressed out about money all the time?
Let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten your paycheck, looked at your bank account, and just wondered where all the money goes? You know you're making good money, but it just seems to vanish. Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain on why that happens. It's a system called the salary trap, and we're going to talk about how to get out of it. You know the feeling. It's early. It's 6:46 in the morning, and before your alarm even has a chance to scream at you,
Your body's already awake. It's just a reflex at this point, right? Years of the same company, thousands of mornings just like this one have programmed you. And you tell yourself, hey, this is stability. This is what security feels like.
But then, in that quiet moment before the day really starts, this little thought creeps in. You're earning more money than ever before. You have the quote-unquote good job. So why? Why do you feel so completely stressed out about money all the time?
here's the kicker. What if that feeling isn't your fault? What if it's not some personal failing or just a string of bad luck? What if it's actually part of a system, a design? Well, that's the salary trap. So to really get our heads around how this trap actually works, we first have to talk about the illusion of security that a steady paycheck gives us. And to do that, let's look at a quick case study to see it in action.
Okay, so let's meet Emily. She's 35 years old and she makes $88,000 a year. Now, on paper, that's amazing. She should be feeling pretty successful, right? But the reality? She feels completely overwhelmed and stressed about her finances.
So, here's how it starts. Emily gets paid twice a month. Her gross pay, the big number, is over $3,600. Awesome. But then, the government takes its slice. After taxes, what actually hits her bank account is only about $2,500. That big drop is the first gear of the trap starting to turn. So, how does this whole thing become a trap? Well, it all kicks off the exact moment that paycheck lands in her account. Look at this. That $2,500? It's gone. Instantly. Before Emily can even think about saving or investing a single dollar, it's all been claimed. Rent, car payment, groceries, her entire paycheck is spoken for before she even has a chance to decide what to do with it. This is a really sneaky little concept called the fragmentation trick. See, the system never asks you what you want to do with your big lump sum of money. Instead, it's already been chopped up into these tiny, manageable little expenses. You've got a roof over your head, a car to drive, so you feel okay. It's just enough comfort to keep you from asking tough questions, but just enough pressure to make sure you can never, ever leave.
And that's the magic trick, isn't it? Your money vanishes in 1,000 little cuts, so you never feel the full loss all at once. You don't feel broke, you just feel busy. Busy managing all your payments.
But, fragmentation is really only half the story. There is a second, even more powerful trap that keeps people stuck, especially the more money they make. You've probably heard of it, the golden handcuffs. We're talking about lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, and you think, yes, finally, some breathing room. This is my ticket to freedom. But what's the first thing most of us do? We upgrade. A nicer car, a bigger apartment. And every single one of those upgrades feels earned. It feels deserved. But what it's quietly doing is jacking up your monthly bills, making it harder and harder to ever walk away. This quote just nails it perfectly. You feel richer, but you're not actually building wealth. With every lifestyle upgrade, you're just becoming more committed, more changed to that very paycheck you're trying to outgrow. I mean, take a guy like Mark. He gets a big promotion, a $25,000 raise. Can you imagine the relief he felt? But within just a few months, between higher taxes, a bigger mortgage payment, and a few new expenses, that entire raise was gone. His stress level? It didn't budge. It stayed exactly the same.
So, if earning more money isn't the answer, then what is? Well, this is the crucial part. Escaping the salary trap has almost nothing to do with the number on your paycheck. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think about money.
Let's make this really personal for a second. I want you to ask yourself a very serious, very honest question. If you walked away from your job tomorrow, no paycheck coming in, how long could you keep your current lifestyle going? A month? Maybe 2?
Well, the data on this is, frankly, it's shocking. Over 60% of professionals couldn't last more than a single month without their income. That's not security, you guys. That's living in a comfortable cage.
And this right here, this is the core mindset shift. You have to stop asking the old question, how can I earn more money? And you need to start asking the much, much more powerful question, why does everything I earn disappear?
Okay, so we've identified the trap, we get the mindset, we need to see it clearly. Now for the good part. Let's talk about the actual escape plan. It's a clear 4-step process.
First, you have to differentiate. Your paycheck is temporary income. It is not permanent wealth. Wealth is what you own, not what you earn. Second, you have to protect the gap. That little bit of space between your income and your expenses, that is where all freedom is born. You have to guard it like a fortress. Third, redirect. You take the money from that gap and you funnel it into assets that grow, things that make money for you, not more obligations that take money from you. And finally, number 4, you build optionality. Just saving 3 to 6 months of living expenses, it changes everything. You're not desperate anymore. You have choices, you have leverage.
Because when it comes down to it, the people who actually escape this trap, they aren't smarter than you, and they definitely aren't luckier. They just learned to see the system for what it really is, and they made a different choice.
And that really leaves us with one last big question to think about. When it all comes down to it, which do you truly want more? The illusion of comfort that this trap provides, or the much harder but achievable path to real, genuine freedom? The choice, as always, is yours.